So here's my Riley rant. And as I'm saying that, I realize I hate that name. I've already said it out loud, so we'll see if it sticks. The rant for the day: real estate agents that don't understand what their job actually is. And my experience dealing with real estate agents all the time, going through real estate agent trainings and dealing with real estate coaches and constantly being kind of solicited to by all of these services that are offering to help the real estate agents add listings to their business and add sales to their business. There's a whole culture that's kind of, I feel like at this point, based around confusing the agents on what their job actually is. The majority of agents in the business right now have been in the business, I don't know if it's the majority, but it's a significant portion of agents in the business have been around for less than 5 years, probably less than 3 years. And they don't realize that what it says on our license, the actual piece of paper that comes from the state that says you are licensed to act and perform the duties and the roles of a real estate salesperson. Salesperson is the official title of what it says on our license. I see memes and I see agents. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a matchmaker. That's stupid. It's okay. I get what you're saying. I mean, a matchmaker and a salesperson are essentially the same thing. I don't know why we are trying to cover it up and why we are trying to change it. I know that salespeople, there may be a stigma or a stereotype there, whatever it is. We spend so much time educating consumers on real estate, or what we think we're doing is educating them on real estate. Why aren't we educating them on sales? Why aren't we educating them on the fact that we are salespeople and not all salespeople are bad? Instead, we're trying to make up these titles and focus on these things that are these non-sales related tasks. Of course, customer service is important. You want to serve your customers. There's so many other important things that we do. Customer service is not really a business. Customer service isn't even a department, although if you go into a lot of companies, they may have a customer service department. They're probably missing the mark with that. If you go into any of the companies that you constantly hear talked about in terms of their business model, the way they treat employees, the way that they treat their customers and their clients, you'll hear most of them say that customer service is not a department, it's a culture. And of course, I think that's important in your real estate sales business. However, that is not your job. They don't come to you and say, here, I want to be a customer, serve me. They come to you, and let's say that it's a buyer, they come to you and say, hey, I want you to help me buy a house. I want someone to sell me a house. If you are working with a client who has to sell their house, they're hiring you to help them sell their house. That buyer wants you to go out and find them a home, a listing. Right now, there's a lot of talk about inventory being low and a lot of agents that are just basically sitting around complaining, not realizing whose job is it to go out there and get the inventory. That is literally all we do. We don't build the houses. We don't inspect the houses. So we spend all this time trying to educate people on real estate when we're not the ones building the real estate. Our knowledge on real estate, and as far as our licensure is concerned and our E&O insurance and all of these things, there's certain things we probably shouldn't even be telling them about real estate. I'm not a home inspector, right? And likewise, I'm not a mortgage financer. So we spend all this time trying to educate the consumers on, did you know you don't need 20% down to buy a house? And then what happens? There's no inventory, so we take out these clients who have 3% down and they need seller's assist that were attracted to our Facebook post or our video where we talked about you don't need 20% down, you can do it as low as 3%. And then they go out there and their offer doesn't get accepted because somebody came in and paid cash or somebody put down 20% with a conventional mortgage and the seller said that looks like a stronger offer. And then we complain that, oh my God, my poor clients who only had 3% to put down, they can't get an offer accepted. We're not educating our clients well enough on the process of sales, and we're not educating our clients well enough on the market We're not educating our clients well enough on what we do. And we're not doing that well enough for our clients as a whole, as a general statement looking at the industry. It is our job to go out there and get them inventory. If there's not a house on the market that I think I can take my 3% down client and go put in a competitive offer, then I need to go find them something off the market with less competition. At the end of the day, once the sale closes, the price is the price. The seller's going to walk away with what they're going to walk away with. It doesn't really matter how much my buyer puts down or how many contingencies or whatever they have. We can structure a win-win deal, right? I'm not talking about going out there, finding a $500,000 house that somebody doesn't realize is worth $500,000. So helping my client offer $400,000 and stealing that house from somebody, right? That's just not what we do. That's not the way I do business. Most of the real estate agents out there would not do business that way. There's a lot of investors that get a bad rep because, the real estate salespeople used to be the aggressive ones. Now we all want to be matchmakers and TikTok influencers, and nobody wants to go out there and be aggressive. The guys and girls, the men and women who go out there and want to be aggressive say, well, you know what, I might as well just wholesale houses or invest in houses. And they kind of understand what their job is. But at the end of the day, we're doing the same job. We're going out there and we're connecting, we're matchmaking, we are, to use a sales term, prospecting and lead generating. We are generating leads for our buyer clients on, listings, sellers. This person may want to sell soon. This could lead to something. That is a lead. Let's put them into our sales funnel, our sales cycle, and again, educate them along the way, serve their needs as a customer, but we have to be salespeople. We have to generate those leads. We have to prospect for those people. There's plenty of customers out there, people that have homes to sell that are just sitting there because they don't have someone to serve them. And we assume that people are going to go out of their way to find agents. There's 8,000 agents in Western Pennsylvania. It seems like everybody knows a real estate agent, at least one. I talk to a lot of people. I always ask the question now, I've learned, do you have somebody in the business that you trust if you did decide to buy or sell real estate, or if somebody close to you asks you for, a referral or a recommendation, do you have somebody that you would recommend? And almost always the answer is, well, I do know somebody, maybe yes, maybe no, but everybody knows somebody in the business. There's, agents are still doing billboards. There's Facebook ads. We're all over social media now with Instagram Reels and TikTok and everything. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's all about connecting with those customers and kind of putting them into our sales process, right? I know everybody says that nobody likes to be sold. The reality is nobody likes to be sold to by a bad salesperson. People love to be sold to by a good salesperson. If I go to buy a house, someone has to sell it to me. If I go to buy a car, someone has to sell it to me. I bought cars recently. Let me just tell you how satisfying it is to work with a great salesperson. I've worked with good ones and bad ones in the last couple years. Bought 2 or 3 cars. Same thing with houses. Same thing with just about anybody. I got my teeth cleaned a couple years ago. The hygienist was one of the best salespeople I've ever dealt with. She doesn't have a license that says salesperson. In fact, she probably does have a license, but it says, hygienist or whatever. She was a great salesperson because I believe that she understood sales. She educated me on the process and listened to my wants and my needs and then made some recommendations for me. That's what we do as salespeople. So we are salespeople first. That's the thing that real estate agents don't understand. We generate leads. We follow up with leads. We set appointments. We negotiate contracts, and we, practice our skills. We role play our skills. My team, not even my team, but a lot of the new agents from RE/MAX that have just signed on as new agents every morning, we get on a Zoom call together with them and we role play. It helps me as much as it helps them to go through these conversations and these questions, these kind of frequently asked questions that we're always getting, so that when they come up, we can best serve our customers or potential customers, right? Role play, scripts as people call it. All sales terms, right? But hey, guess what? It says salesperson on my license, so that's what I do. If I do it well, nobody seems to mind. If we do it poorly, then, you know, we're just a salesperson, unfortunately. So your job's not to attend home inspections. Your job's not to go and, you know, open doors. That might be part of the job to get to, you know, negotiating the contracts, which again is your job. But, you know, there's plenty of times where I've had a buyer go to an open house and come back and say, hey, we just saw this house. We want to put in an offer. Can you help us negotiate the best possible contract terms or the best possible offer? And that is what our job is. So you can't say that your job is to go and show houses if you've ever sold a house or ever will or ever plan to sell a house that you didn't show, or in, you know, 2 years or less with, you know, Ring doorbells and automatic door locks and everything else. Zillow's already doing it in some markets, or at least they were. They may have shut this down too, but I've seen, you know, doors with no knob on them that says, hey, go into your Zillow app and, you know, push in this PIN number and this door is going to pop open, right? That's, you know, the technology, right? I'm not worried about technology eliminating the needs of the real estate agent, at least not as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I consider myself a real estate agent, because I know what my job actually is, and opening those doors isn't necessarily the primary reason why people hire me to do that job. So that's my rant for today. Man, I'm going 12 minutes, 11 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm getting off of here. Stay tuned. I'm sure I'll have more to rant about later on. Thanks for watching.